Hey everybody, welcome to my channel. If you're new here, I am Michelle Smith, and in today's video, I want to share with you, well, first off, I have not shared this new planner, but I will get to that in another video. Today's video is specifically about my new budget planning system. So I talked about it a little bit in a previous video where I showed how I was kind of going through transition on what planner I wanted to use. I have purchased a variety of planning systems, and I just realized that some work for me well and some didn't. In this binder, what you see here, this is my full planner, and everything is sectioned out. As you can see here, I'm not going to go into the sections right now. I'll do that in the next video. But here is my budget section. And because I am participating in the Budget Moms annual savings challenges, when I was in my previous planner, I was using a Happy Planner classic size. So this was already printed. I was not going to print it out again, waste ink and waste paper. No. I just decided to pop this in, and this is the challenge that I am working on. So for privacy purposes, I'm going to cover up my phone number and my email address, but the budget planner here is what is the first page in this planner, and this is a printable download. This budget planner is from the Organized Money. I like how she has certain aspects of the Budget Mom system without all the extra tracking, which is good because I love the Budget Moms program, but it was just a little bit too much for me. And so this is sort of a scaled down version. First page are budget categories. Now, this is the standard budget categories that the Organized Money recommends. Mine are a little bit different, and I've added some labels to sort of change and add to what I am doing. So she had food here, which encompassed groceries, additional grocery items, fast food, and restaurants. I am actually not doing the whole fast food and restaurant under grocery. I'm doing it under dining out. So I'm actually going to wipe this out. But, utilities for me is I don't pay water. I don't pay electricity. I just have phone. I don't pay trash. So I have my phone, my wireless, and my landline with internet. I don't own a home, so because I'm in an apartment, those are my only utilities. So I'm going to update this soon. But insurance-wise, I don't pay medical insurance. That comes out of my paycheck with my employer. I pay life insurance. Dental comes out of my paycheck with my employer, and I don't have disability insurance. I know that they recommend it, but because I work from home and my risk is pretty low, I decided to not have disability insurance. And I used to have it a long time ago, but I just don't feel the need to have it right now. Okay, savings, emergency fund, sinking funds. I don't have a Roth IRA, but I am going to get one. Mutual funds, I don't have that, but I do have a stash account. So I'm going to edit that. And actually, you know what? I'll just come back to this in another video and share with you how I've made some updates and what my categories encompass. I talked about it in another video about my categories, but this is just the budget category page that comes with the plan. I started this in October. I'm going to share with you my November budget, but this is what you get. You get going for the goals, 5 goals for for each year. It's undated, but I've dated it for 2023. I did not fill in my money routine yet because I am going to revisit that towards the end of December. I actually have a money routine that I follow, and I'm just going to probably tweak some things. There's a page for your yearly finance overview. There's a page for bills and subscription tracking. I'm not filling this out until close to the end of the year, because once I start over again, I'm going to print pages. You'll see when I get to the month, because it's going to be month 1, month 2, and it depends on what month you start in. Because I started in October, my month 1 was October, but I'm going to reprint month 1 and 2 again in January, and I'll start over, and then I will fill out all these pages. But I just wanted to give you an overview. So you get a debt snowball tracker, a debt reduction tracker, savings tracker, yearly savings for you to keep track of. This is something that's a little bit different from the Budget Mom system. I like that this is all on one page in this format. Same thing for the savings tracker. You get 3 of this type here, and then you get the savings jar. So this makes it nice and visual. You get 4 savings jars to just determine whatever you want. I'm probably going to use one for maybe my vacation that I want to take, next year and see like how I want to do. I actually saved enough for vacation already, but I needed to add more to it because I want to have more spending money. Then you get a gifts list, which this is great for like just keeping track of the gifts that you want to buy for people or have bought for people. And then a second gift list. And this is what I was talking about month one. You see, I started in October, and then I have my October's goals that I put together, and I did my own little like sticker decorating. And this actually makes it really fun to do so. What I love about this, because it is an 8.5 by 11 printable, it gives me so much more space, which was the problem that I had with the little booklets I had from the Budget Mom. Now, I know some may say, well, why don't you just get the large binder from the Budget Mom? Because again, there was things I did not care to track. I just really want to stay on top of my savings, my spending, and paying off my debt. So this was October, all done. I added some stickers, my paycheck budget, monthly budget. As you can see, I've been using it. I had to make little notations, you know, budget, paycheck. She does the monthly budget here. And then you get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 paycheck budget sheets, which is really great because sometimes my paycheck budget is inclusive of like what my son makes from disability, and also it's my side gigs. And so I'll use different pages. And because this again is printable, I can add more sheets if I need. Then you get a monthly income tracker, a monthly budget check-in where I have all of my categories listed. You have, you know, your category, the amount that you spent, the amount that's remaining. Now, this is interesting because in the Budget Moms, it's the amount budgeted for and the amount spent. I actually think I prefer that method, but I haven't tried this part of it yet, so we'll see. What I may just do, if I don't care to do it this way and I want to say like spent, budget versus spent, I could just put a little label over that. And, you know, that takes care of it. That's why I like that it's printable, because, you know, it's flexible. So, and then you have your monthly income tracker. This is something that was a little bit different from what I had in the Budget Mom's little mini book. And then the monthly income expense tracker. So all of the expenses tracked. I love the abundance of space for which I have to write. As you can see, I've already used for October 1, 2, almost 3 sheets. And in the little booklets I had, I would not have enough space to have done that. So now let's look at my month of November. What I decided to do here was on the notes page, I decided to write all of my expenses by category. Now, some of them are fixed expenses where I know exactly how much they cost, and the others are basically like flexible expenses. But when I sit down to kind of go through how much I spent, sometimes I have to think like, okay, what category is this? And so what I did was, like, for example, housing. I know that under housing is rent and renter's insurance. I decided to write it out so that when I sit with my budget for the month, I know exactly what to put down. And also I will use the previous month's budget after I do this to kind of go back and see if I forgot or missed anything. So for month 2, which is November, in January, I will start with month 1, but this is month 2 for now. My monthly goal is to simply stay on budget and only use cash or my QB app for variable expenses. Now, QB, I did a video about that and I'll link that down below, but it's essentially a bank app and a digital cash envelope system. Going into the month, the first page that you come across is your monthly spread. Again, I'm loving all of this space here, loving it. For the month of November, I got to fill out all of the dates, so I'm going to do that now. Okay, so for the month of November, we know that Thanksgiving is coming up. So right here, I know for the 24th and the 25th, I'm going to have an expense. So I'm going to make a notation here on the sidebar. Thanksgiving expenses is for me going to be food and utensils. That's pretty much it. I don't host Thanksgiving at my house. I go to my mom's, but I do like to make my own, turkey and stuff. So I actually already have my turkey thanks to ButcherBox. I love ButcherBox, and I'm going to link them down below as well, because let me tell you, the best free range organic turkey. Let's not go off track, but check them out if you've never heard of them. So for the month, I know based on here, I know for my expenses, I'm actually going to pull out my October, just so I don't have to think about when things were due. And I know for October, and see, this is again what I love about this being customizable, and I love the disc bound system because it makes it easy to pull things out and reference. So for the first of the month, I'm going to put this here. You probably can't see it all, but that's okay. I can. So for the first of the month, I know that I have to pay rent. Rent is due. My rent is $1,906.66. I have a subscription to the Organized Money. So this is her planner, but I'm also part of her group coaching program. So I get this for free. But if you're interested in purchasing it, if you're not a part of the group coaching program, you can also purchase it on her Etsy shop. So those who are part of her group coaching program actually get all of her downloads for free. So that's really cool. And it's only $25 a month. So I'm going to leave a link down below to her group coaching. I love subscribing to her program because we have videos, one-on-one sort of like Zoom videos each week where we just kind of like discuss organizing things and money management, life management. It's just very, very informative. Some things I already know, but it's good refresher, and some things helps me to think outside of the box being part of this program. And plus, the free downloads. So that's $25 a month. Then I have a subscription for my CBD, which is from Equilibria. I absolutely love them. Best CBD on the market, very pure, tested, and it just really helps me to sleep better. I pay $47.36 for that. They have different packages, and I'll link them down below as well. Now, in October, I had, because the first was on a Saturday, I had a expense of $77 for my violin lessons, but my violin lessons are on Saturdays, so I'm going to just move over here and just add violin, $77. I pay an instructor. We do Zoom lessons, just as effective as in person. Violin, $77. So I have 4 weeks of lessons that I need to budget for here. Now, I'll put that there, but okay, so then the next date will be the 2nd. On the 2nd is when my ButcherBox subscription is due. So for the sake of time, I filled out my monthly budget already. Okay, so I did it based on what I did in October with a few exceptions. The paycheck budget tracker is here. Like I said before, you get a few of those, and I will fill those out as I get close to payday. But here I noticed I didn't have enough space for my bills, and I did carry some things down, and so I'm going to make some adjustments and change it up and white things out. But I wanted to show you how for the monthly income tracker and the monthly budget check-in, I'll fill those out later, as well as the expense trackers and everything. And the notes page I will use to, write down things I don't want to forget. But this is what I wanted to show you here. The online purchases tracker. I created this because I tend to buy a lot of things on Amazon, and I lose track over when I send something back and when I'm going to get a refund. So I created this tracker, and I will leave it down in the description box below in case you're interested in that. Okay, so I went back and I whited things out and I made sure that I made things a lot clearer for myself. I moved all the stuff that was in the variables that shouldn't have been back up to the bills. And then I went down and I kind of summarized things. And so I have on this little yellow Post-it note, for example, everything, the breakdown for things that's personal, the totals of things. And so as I track my expenses, I'll make sure that those align with the totals for the bills and the totals for the variable expenses as well. So I'll put that aside, and after I've totaled everything, I have roughly $325 left, and I'm just going to allocate that to paying off some debts. It may be a little bit more or less, but for the most part, I'm zeroing out, doing a zero-based budget. So that's it for this video. I'll be back in my next video to give you a more in-depth look at this new planner. Thanks for watching. I'll catch you in the next one. Bye.